to advocate for the abolishment of slavery.
Now, this is where I would disagree with this young reverend here and a lot of other people when referencing that scripture. You know, obey your masters, right? And masters, treat your slave. It's like if you are a slave, if you're born a slave, then the only choice, I guess, one would have is, do I obey or do I not obey, right? To be a slave or not to be a slave? That is the question, right? Now, how do you not become a slave? Depending on where, when, what context we're talking. You know, hopefully the common denominator is that there is somebody who frees you, right? Whether that be government or your master after you've served your service, you know, your indentured service. Like, remember, slavery was a method of paying off a debt. So if you owed somebody money and you couldn't pay them, it's like, all right, well, you're my slave for what's minimum wage now? Yeah, you're my slave for a week. I have you for a week. Clean my house. You know, build the pyramids. You know, like, slavery is completely different today. And we use the word chattel slavery. And if you look up the definition of chattel slavery, I would argue that that is a very close description to what I would probably define as how we treat, view, and just all accept as the life of a pro athlete, right? You become a pro athlete, you make it to the NFL, to the MLB, to the NBA, you know, you sign that contract, then you become property, right? And as property, you can be traded, you could be benched, you could be fine. You know, like, tell me that professional athletes today are not the modern day version of chattel slavery, not only in America, but in the world.
It was Christians who saw a trajectory in the scripture pointing towards the liberation of all people.